go again.
Science fiction stories, comic books, movies, and television often make attempts at telling us what the future may hold. And sometimes they get it right, and other times not so much. Back in 1980, Cary Bates started an 8-page backup story for Superman in issue number 354 that imagined what the year 2020 would look like with Superman's grandson, Superman III. Now, this backup story appeared in several issues of Superman, and eventually would run into year 2021 in the storyline. Now first, let's take a look at the fictional predictions for the comic book world of 2020. Story-wise, the first Superman had been aged greatly. This was due to an attack by Lex Luthor. Otherwise, being Superman, he likely would have only had a few gray hairs by 2020. Now, Superman III killed off his Kent identity, Kal-El Kent, in favor of John Hudson, and worked as a traffic controller instead of a newspaper reporter. I guess he wanted to make sure that he was instantly aware of any traffic accidents. I don't know. But in the future, Superman still uses words like gosh and acts nervous when asking out ladies on dates. You know, a lot like Christopher Reeve's Clark Kent, only wearing much more hip type futuristic clothing. Now, Jimmy Olsen is old now, and he's still in the news profession, but he has 2 grandchildren named Lois and Clark. The bad guys are a Nazi-like group called Purists that hate Superman for having married an Earth woman. They believe that Earth people should not mate with people from other planets. Now, how about those general predictions of how society and technology would develop in 40 years' time? Ice cream cones have almost went the way of the dinosaur, and come to think of it, I think most of the people shown in the panels were skinny, so I guess that explains it. But ice cream still exists, or will exist. Oh, you know what I mean. But is so rare, young Superman's date hasn't even heard of it. Well, they surely missed the boat on that one. Ice cream and all kinds of sugary snacks are still being ate today, obviously, and at much, much greater rates than they were in 1980. Now, fashion, especially for women, appears to be something out of like a Jetsons cartoon. I think it looks kind of neat, and I don't know why women aren't wearing space-age looking clothing today.
Quiet.
Okay, in the year 2020, pennies are extremely rare and very valuable. According to the story, the government had recalled them all in 1988 to make better use of the metal, and now pennies are the targets of theft by bad guys. And also there's a new slang word for rich people, Roycer? R-O-Y-C-E-R. I'm not sure what that means or what the deal is with that, but that's what happens in the story. This bad guy calls this rich guy Roycer. You know, so okay, anyway.
There you go again.
Also, air cars, as they are called, will replace ground cars. I have no idea why they didn't just refer to them as flying cars. Apparently, traffic jams are still as bad in the future, which is now, or actually the past. Okay, anyway, traffic jams are still bad. But of course, we all aren't riding around in flying cars today.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Although flying cars are technically in existence. And also a huge prediction in the story was that we would have floating cities that actually floated in the sky. Can you imagine how much that would cost? And next, they predicted that Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Metropolis, Gotham, and Baltimore would join to create one vast city called Megalopolis. Mega something. Now, news could be had anywhere, anytime, any place with the push of a button, which it can sort of today through, pulling it up on the smartphone. Now, in the story, it also showed up on the dome of the flying cities. The breadbasket of America is a polluted wasteland, which is actually several states. So, no wonder the cities in this story are so big. Everybody's getting away from the pollution, but then why would farmland become so much more polluted than the cities?
People are no damn good, but they will always need land, and they'll pay through the nose to get it.
People are living in the story in mountaintops and in undersea dwellings, which I always thought the idea of living under the ocean would be really neat. This pops up a lot in future movies and stories, but it seems like it would be kind of scary. I mean, if you had like a crack in your dome or something, the entire ocean's contents would just come in on you and you drown, and it's kind of scary. Now, one of these 8-page stories is called Deadly New Year 2021 and features a man-made plague created by the evil group of bad guys we've already mentioned called the Purist. Now, in this story, it's thwarted by Superman, who inhales the antidote and blows it out across the sky, saving everybody, of course. And this could almost be taken as a very spooky Twilight Zone-like prediction of 2021. The weird plague that we've been dealing with for a while now. Sort of gives me the creeps. Apparently the word crasbit is now a swear word, and I think they really missed that one. I haven't heard anybody yelling crasbit whenever somebody hits their toe or something. And one panel shows communication through what looks like a giant TV screen. It looks a lot like the face-to-face communication we have today using computer monitors.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
So I guess that one was pretty dead on. But of course, to be honest, a lot of movies and comics and TV shows did predict that there would be visual communication of some sort by now. So there you go. I mean, it's always fascinating to me to go back and look at old comic books that predict the future and see where they got it right, where they got it wrong, what were they thinking. It's really neat. Of course, a lot of them predicted post-apocalyptic futures, which thankfully have not occurred yet. But it's just really neat. I like it. And this actually is a pretty good story arc, I guess you'd call it. If you get a chance, pick up some of the old Superman books and check it out. It was in issue 354, 355, 357, 361, 364, 368, and 372 of Superman back in about 1980, 1981 or so. It's great. All the old Superman stories, I love them. I don't like the new stuff really. But the old stuff. Hopefully one day the new stuff will be good again. But right now it's just not. But the old stuff is still good. So check it out. See what you think. Now please consider liking the video and commenting, and I'd like to know what you think. Do you have any old comic books that you love? And subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can get notified of any future videos. Appreciate any support you can give to us by doing that. And thanks, and have a great day, and thanks for watching.
One of the heads of state that I met with